I apologize for that little skip right there. But so my senior year, I was able to make it my internship, which allowed me to work full time with the basketball team, and I was able to do some recruiting trips as well as do a little bit more of the behind the scenes stuff, work with travel and scouting reports and practice plans and game scheduling. So it gave me some really good experience that a lot of people at my age did not have. So um, I was able to graduate in May. And look for a graduate assistant position right after my graduation. So I continued applying all over. Finally got an email and a call from Trevecca Nazarene University. Coach Gary Vanetta gave me a call and had a couple phone interviews with him, and he hired me on. So that was, a blessing like I couldn't even imagine. Moved down to Nashville, didn't know anyone there, had no connections, and I started working day one. So he kind of threw me into the fire, which it was difficult at first, but I really enjoyed it because it was a great learning experience. I started recruiting right away. I was the only assistant coach that we had, so with that I was able to do all the assistant coaching jobs with no really full-time experience. So the whole year at Trevecca, I was the only assistant coach, doing all the scouting reports, doing everything with Synergy, everything with Fast Scout and Fast Draw, doing all our individuals practices and just about everything that you can do as an assistant coach. So my job titles were recruiting coordinator. I did all the scheduling. I was the post and guard coach, defensive and offensive coach, as well as a lot of other things that have to do with that. I did all the academic coaching as well, made sure all the girls were eligible. Had a team GPA of over 3.0, something I pride myself in because I know how important it is to get the grades and make sure that everyone graduates, and everyone did graduate for the year that I was there. After Trevecca, I was there for 1 year, and unfortunately Gary Vanetta left to go to University in Montevallo, and a new head coach came in. During that little transition period, I was actually the interim head coach for about 3 months or so because I was the only one on staff there while they were in search of a new head coach. They hired Chad Hibden, which he wanted a female assistant. We tried to work it out for me to stay, but we weren't really sure if it was going to happen, so I started looking for some backup plans. During this whole entire year in Nashville, my mom, she was sick. She was diagnosed with a disease right before I graduated college at Lakeland, and I had to make that decision of staying and helping out with her or going and fulfilling my dream of coaching in Nashville. So she wouldn't allow me to stay with her and not follow my dream for her, so I went to Nashville. After this, it was it was God doing all this work for me, and I have no question, without a doubt in my mind, that he brought me there for a specific reason, and now it actually brought me here to Point Loma in San Diego, California. So I get to live at home with my mom and my dad, help out with her, while still fulfilling my dream of coaching. Right now I'm looking to continue my career as a full-time paying job, as I have not been paid for the past 2 years while coaching. It's a very difficult situation, and it's very tough to live on no income, but God always provides with everything we do. So the experience aspect is something that I have completely. I don't think that that's the only thing, though, that qualifies me to get another job at a full-time position. I did study abroad my senior year, second semester of schooling in Costa Rica. I was able to get a lot of experience of overseas and just culture myself in many ways that you don't really get here in the United States. My sophomore year with the Lakeland basketball team, we also went to China for a foreign tour, and so I did a lot of the fundraising with that to help our team not have to pay a whole lot for that. Each girl only had to end up raising $700 on their own, and it paid for the entire trip, and that included a class. We were able to get class credit for that trip as well. So it was an amazing fundraising group teamwork. It had nothing to do with just myself. We all did it together, but I did have a huge part in that, so I do pride myself on that very much. One thing that I know that legal-wise you can't hire or not hire for it, but I do like to point it out, is that I am single and willing to relocate. I've been in Santa Cruz where I grew up, and then I went to Wisconsin, didn't have any family, didn't know anyone out there, and then to Nashville, again, no family, didn't know anyone out there. willing to relocate just about anywhere. I've even thought about going and coaching overseas somewhere because that is something that interests me. So I've always had to kind of fend for myself, and it's never really been an issue for me. So I'm okay doing that as well. So I'm a natural leader. I enjoy sticking my neck out there and trying to open my horizons and continue to learn on everything I do. I'm going to have my master's degree here coming up in January of science and management, so again, I'm fully qualified for any assistant coaching positions out there. I'd really appreciate it if you think about it, and I hope that we can find a way to make this work somehow. All right, enjoy.